guys, and welcome to Gaming for the Weekend, where I talk about tech, games, and pretty much everything in between. Today, I'm really excited to be talking to you about this bad boy, the new Google Pixel 2 XL. As you can see, I have mine in black, and I decided to do this video largely because of all the negative content that appeared in the run-up to the launch of this phone. You name it, Google was hit with issues on this phone, from bad screens to recording quality issues to weird clicking noises. And I have to say it made me a little bit nervous while I was waiting for my phone on pre-order, but I'm glad that I stuck it out. So I decided to do this video to give you a perspective of what my experience has been like as a consumer so far, but also to test how serious some of these issues were and whether they were bad enough to stop you from getting this phone. So this won't be a deep dive into the phone, but it'll give you a good overview and give you my perspective as to whether or not you should get this phone. So with that said, let's get into the hardware. So if I hold it up, you can see the look of the phone. I'll try and focus properly. At the top, you can see the glass, followed by the camera, the fingerprint scanner, and the matte body with the Google logo at the bottom. I'm really happy with the design of this phone. I really like the matte body. I came from a Galaxy S7 Edge, which is an all-glass phone, like similar to the iPhones, and I really dislike an all-glass phone. It picks up so many fingerprints, and to make matters worse, if you drop them like an iPhone, they shatter into many, many pieces. This feels really solid. It feels really nice in the hand. The matte finish feels really good, and it's also really grippy, so it doesn't feel like I'm going to drop this phone. I like that they accented it with the glass at the top. It does pick up a lot of fingerprints, but it looks nice, especially if you have the Panda model. It's a really unique looking phone. The fingerprint reader is in a great position. It's nowhere near the camera. I'm not going to smudge my camera lens by accidentally touching it. It works really well. I've had no issues with that. Both of my index fingers are set up and it works like a charm. And then you have the camera, which is one of the standout features of this phone. It takes the best pictures I have ever seen any smartphone take, and I'm comparing this even to pictures on their other flagship devices. If you weigh up the cost of an SLR camera to take just average pictures, this gets very close, and in some photos can even beat pictures I've taken on manual with my SLR, and it's a lot simpler. So from that perspective, it's a fantastic camera and one of the standout features of this phone. If I turn it around and I turn it on, I'll show you the screen. So you can see the screen quality here. It's a really smooth phone. The experience is really smooth. The stock Android works really well. I'm pretty sure that you could go and look at Android versus iOS, but I'm a massive Android fan. I really like Android, and the stock Android is really good. It's really smooth, and you have a lot of customization features. The screen quality for me has been really good. I currently have it set on the most saturated mode to test it out. So Google recently updated this and added a new saturated mode to the phone. I think it works really well, and I have no issues with the screen. To me, everything works great. I don't necessarily see a massive difference between this screen quality and other phones, at least not noticeable enough to make me not like the screen. So if I go back into the screen, I'll also tilt it for you so you can see there's been a lot of talk about blue tint and shift on this phone. I don't really have that much of an issue with it. As you can see, the screen looks great, so I'm really happy with it. It's worked really well for me. Going on then to speed of the phone, it's really zippy, it's really quick. It's going to be on comparison with most of your other flagship models that are out at the moment. I play a lot of Hearthstone on my phone and on my Galaxy S7 Edge. It used to be a bit laggy, a little bit slow sometimes. On here, it's almost as smooth as it feels on my iPad Pro. So it's a really smooth experience, and it's a really powerful phone when it comes to processing. In terms of battery life, I use my phone quite a lot. I'm quite a heavy user. I record a lot of stuff on my phone. I use it on the way to work, on the way back. I play a lot of Hearthstone. And I leave the house at about 7:30 a.m. each day. I come back around 6:30. And every day I've come back with more than 60% battery. Right now I have, if I check it out, I have 68%, and I've used my phone all day. And that's with the always active screen mode on. So it's got really good battery life, and it's worked really well so far. One of the things I really like about this phone, it's a bit of a gimmick, but is the squeezy sides. If I hold this up, I do that, I can now talk to Google and ask it a question, which is really handy for basic things like directions or jumping into Google Keep to record something or to transcribe something, because I do that a lot when I'm writing articles or making notes. And it's especially useful when you have your hands full, as I recently found out. I was in the supermarket, I was trying to be a bit creative in my cooking and decided to buy a leg of lamb, and I had no idea how long to roast a leg of lamb for, so I wanted to see whether it was feasible that evening. So I just clicked the sides of my phone, said how long do I roast a leg of lamb for, and it gave me the answer. If I had to try and open up my phone and press a bunch of buttons and type things into the phone, I would have really struggled because I had my hands full. That made it really easy. So that's a feature that's pretty unique to this phone and I really like. So I think my overall perspective of the phone is, despite a lot of the issues that have come out in the media about this phone, I have not experienced any of those issues. Maybe I won the Pixel lottery, but I've had a fantastic experience with this phone. I've had it now for about a week and a half, and I've not experienced anything that I disliked. It's an expensive phone, as most of the new phones are. This is $1,400 in Australia, which is about 1,100 US. And I bought it cash, so it was a big investment, but I'm really happy that I did. I'm really happy with the purchase. I've had no regrets. And I think that if I was to buy another phone now, I would buy this one. I'm just really, really happy with it. So that's my thought on the phone. I'd love to know your thoughts. If you have it or you've checked it out, what do you think? Have you had issues with the screen, or have you had any defects with the phone? Again, for me, I think this is the best Android experience you can get right now, and I like this more than I like the new iPhone. So for me, it's the phone I would get. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. If you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe. I also have a blog, check that out, and I will see you again soon with some more news or another review.